We all have this idea of what it takes to build a career. You go to school, you pass your exams, you get the job. But what's the real story? The messy journey behind the scenes. Today, we're going to dig into the paper trail of one person's incredible path in electrical engineering and see what it really takes.
We'd love to think of a career like this, a perfect engineering blueprint. Everything is precise, logical, planned out. You just follow the lines, and step by step, you build something amazing. It all looks so clean on paper, right?
But here's the real question, isn't it? What happens when reality doesn't follow the plan? What are those hidden obstacles that can turn a straight line into a total maze? Well, the answers are right here in this paper trail. Okay, so every engineering journey has to start with the foundation, the raw technical knowledge. This is where you forge the tools you're going to need for the rest of your career. So, the foundation for the story is South Africa's National Diploma in Electrical Engineering. And let me tell you, this thing is a beast. We're talking about a 360 credit NQF Level 6 qualification. To put that in perspective, that's a serious advanced level diploma. It's a huge commitment.
And at the absolute core of all of this, there's one language you have to speak fluently: mathematics. I mean, the source material we looked at is packed with advanced calculus, integrals, derivatives, you name it. It's the language you use to build everything else.
And look at the sheer breadth of what's required here. It's not just one area of expertise. This covers everything from deep theory like electrotechnics and engineering science to super practical, hands-on skills like electrical trade theory and drawing. It really is the complete toolkit. But hey, theory is only half the battle, right? The real test is taking that toolkit and actually using it to solve problems out in the real world. This is where the plan starts to get its hands dirty. And this is where it gets really cool, because you see the drive to specialize. It's not just about knowing the basics. The documents show this intense focus on practical, high-demand fields like renewable energy, power system safety, even marine electrical systems. This is about sharpening that knowledge for a specific, powerful purpose.
And here is that purpose, laid out plain and simple in a project proposal. This was never just about getting a piece of paper. It's about a mission to bring power to communities that need it most. Suddenly, all that abstract math has a very real, very human goal.
But just as that blueprint was becoming a reality, a major fault showed up. And it wasn't in a circuit board, it was in the system itself. This is the phrase that changes the entire story. 4 little words, pulled right from official emails. An alleged examination irregularity. It sounds so sterile, so bureaucratic, but these 4 words put everything on hold. And it's the start of a multi-year ordeal over a single exam paper. So after years, literally years, of waiting, this is the final word. Not an explanation, not a clarification, just a simple statement that some subjects weren't passed. This quote from an incident report by the State Information Technology Agency in February of 2024 just shows you how frustratingly opaque the whole thing became.
Let's just walk through this timeline for a second, because it is wild. The exam is taken way back in November 2021. A few months later, it's flagged, and then a black hole. For over 2 years, a career path is just frozen, caught in an investigation with no communication and no clear end in sight.
And this slide just says it all. The expected path is a straight line. Simple, logical. But the actual path, it became this frustrating loop of appeals, investigations, and waiting, all to end up right back at the beginning, with no certificate. The bridge to the next step was just gone. So, what do you do when the system lets you down, when the main road is blocked? Well, you don't stop moving. This next part of the story is all about pivoting, about forging a brand new path forward. And this picture perfectly captures that pivot. While one educational journey was stuck in neutral, the learning in other areas just kicked into high gear. This certificate is just one piece of evidence among many that shows an absolute refusal to stand still. Just look at this table. Instead of just waiting, the focus shifted to getting skills certified by huge industry leaders like Microsoft and ISE Squared. And check out the fields: data engineering, cloud, cybersecurity. We're talking about some of the most in-demand tech skills on the planet. This wasn't random, this was strategic. And there was a clear, methodical plan behind it all. You can see it right here. Step 1, identify the skills the market needs. 2, Dedicate the time, week in and week out. 3, connect those skills to a real career plan. And 4, update your resume to show what you can do. This is literally the blueprint for how to innovate when your original plan hits a wall.
So, where does this whole journey stand now? Let's bring it all together and go back to that first metaphor we started with.
Remember this image of the perfect blueprint? Well, now we see it in a whole new light. A real career blueprint isn't a static document. It's alive. It gets messy. Parts of it get erased and redrawn. You have to reroute things when you hit an obstacle.
So, let's take a final inventory of this journey. The advanced knowledge, it's there. The practical ambition, clearly demonstrated. The resilience, proven beyond any doubt. The modern certified skills, gained. The only thing missing, the one thing still pending, is that formal piece of paper from the system. When you look at all the evidence, you see what looks like a complete, powerful circuit. All the components, the knowledge, the drive, the skills, they're all in place, humming with potential. It's just waiting for that final official connection to close the loop and let the power flow.
And so this entire journey, documented across hundreds of pages of coursework and emails and certificates, leaves us with one really powerful question. In a world of official paths and credentials, when that path gets blocked, how do we measure the true value of what a person knows? And more importantly, their unstoppable will to just keep building?